When you work with your fascia, so when you deliberately work towards releasing old stuck emotions, letting go of old nervous system activations, and changing into a different baseline, you also always work with your nervous system. One of the key things you want to practice is to embrace the wobble. Now, what does that mean? Hi, I'm Miriam. Welcome to EI for Life. I actually learned about the concept embrace the wobble from a book called Improv Wisdom, which I can highly recommend. It was a great read. I'll put all the details in the description so you can find it. So in it, the author explained that embracing the wobble simply means that she hurt her knee, and when she did physiotherapy, she had to balance on it, right? Because basically her body had to relearn to balance. And she felt she was really, really clever when she found a trick on how to balance by holding on to something. But the physiotherapist very wisely told her not to do that, because the wobble was part of how her body relearned standing. Now, when we work with our fascia, this is a tissue, a connective tissue that is everywhere in our body. When we release certain knots in one area, this shifts other areas as well, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. Any kind of process, any kind of work with your fascia is always pretty much a full body process. Your nervous system is updating, is allowing these changes if you go slowly and with whatever works best for you in the moment. So if you work with your nervous system, and as your body changes, physically changes, gets into new positions, as different movements become possible, what also changes is that your nervous system has to update the area. So its connection to the area, what it can feel, so the proprioception, the interoception, so the awareness of the area itself, the awareness of what's happening in the area, the awareness of how you move under load. Because when you have a tension somewhere, when you have a tight area in your fascia somewhere, pretty much the area, everything around that tight area has been compensating, maybe for years, maybe for decades. I know that's what happened with me with my back. That's what my rounded shoulders were. They were actually a compensation, and my forward head posture, a compensation for stuck emotions in my fascia, in my upper back, and other areas of my back, actually. Because again, remember, it's never really just one area. So when you release parts of this, everything shifts, everything moves. And your nervous system has to learn how to feel these areas again. It relearns how to sit. It relearns how you move your body under load. So meaning when you do exercises. Something like plank pose, for example, suddenly became super easy for me. Just literally one day to the next. Because something in my fascia, in my back changed. And suddenly just being in a straight position with my back was just like, yeah, all right, that's it. That's the new normal. With my arms, and especially the parts in my shoulders that lead into the arms, that's the part that's currently changing very strongly. So when I'm doing yoga poses, or if you do any other kinds of poses, any other kinds of things, like if you just do plank, or if you just do push-ups or stuff like that, or maybe you're trying to work on a pull-up, it can happen that when you release stuff from your fascia, that things that used to be easy suddenly no longer work for a while, because your body is reorganizing. So when you let go of the way you compensated in the past, this can be muscles compensating, this can be posture compensating, then if you try to do the old movements, the compensation does no longer work. So your body reorganizes. This also means that when you try to do the same exercises again, if you are ready, your body will also relearn how to do the exercises now with the fascia in the right place, with your bones in the right place, with your muscles in the right place, your muscles moving freely against each other, because the layer between them, fascia, is now well hydrated and moves freely. So what does this actually look like? It's shaking, it's trembling, it's wobbling, because that's how your body relearns to be in certain positions. Now, here's the thing. I used to think, so just to go back to plank pose, I used to think when I was in plank and I was shaking, right? I used to think, oh my gosh, this is strenuous. I'm using my strength, my power. And what this would actually lead to would be me tensing up. So I would reduce the shaking. I thought the wobbling and the shaking were bad things. I thought I had to stop them or limit them as much as I could. So I would tense up the areas I was using so they wouldn't wobble. I would tense up other parts of my body. I would sometimes even clench my jaw, and my mind would tell stories like, oh, I've got to power through. I've got to be strong. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sure you get what I mean. Now, when everything changes in your body needs to relearn how to do this, how to be in certain new positions. Easily. Seriously, with ease. That's the new thing. That's the new baseline. When your fascia is well hydrated and you're fine, then your nervous system needs to also relearn to be in positions, and even do strenuous exercises with ease. And it does. That's what the trembling and the shaking and the wobbling is all about. So when you feel wobbling and trembling and shaking, watch what you are your thoughts. Watch the stories your mind is telling. And remind yourself that they're just blah, blah. They're not the reality. They have nothing to do with you. It's just old blah, 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 blah. Let them run, because don't push against them. If you push against them, you're in an argument with yourself, which is not helpful. Just let the blah, blah run. Focus on something else. Focus on your body and relax. Watch what your body is doing. Relax any muscles that do not actually need to tense up. Just, if you can, be really happy about the wobble and the shaking, because this is what happened to me once I realized what's happening. Once I realized that my body was now learning to be in this position, plank pose and other exercises with ease, I got really excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm so strong. And I'm so strong without any kind of effort whatsoever. I was like, yay. That's the kind of strength I like. So every time now when I feel a wobble or a tremble or a shaking or shivers, I often have shivers. Shivers are just release. It can be old activation, it can be new activation. It's just running through your body, running through the fascia. That's what these shivers are. You're just like, ooh, and it shivers and the activation runs through you, and that's that. So your job is just to relax into it. Let go of the mind stories, just let them run in the background. It's just noise, background noise, like a background hum. They don't matter. And watch that your body, make sure that your body doesn't listen to the stories. Because if you don't listen to the stories, if you don't believe them, your body can relax again. And then if you can, get excited. Your body is just relearning how to live in ease, how to move with ease, even how to breathe with ease. And that's the power of working with your fascia. All right, enjoy the wobble. I will see you in the next video.